But it's too late to see.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining me and our weekly inspiration call. I appreciate you and taking the time out for growing yourself and growing your success. So today is the first week of June. I'm super excited because it finally feels like summer. Does anybody else just love summer? I do. It's just really a nice, just like a refresher after winter, right? To just really be able to enjoy the sun and relax outdoors more. And that's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to traveling and seeing family, of course, and it's going to be exciting. So what I really want to talk about today a little bit is, I was thinking about our traveling, and I was thinking about how last year we traveled so much, and it was really trying, right? Anything is challenging, right? Whether it's going to work every day or having our families, anything we face that is grand and great in our life, we're going to face challenges. We're going to face areas where it's going to be difficult maybe. So I was thinking back to our travels and what got us through, and how did we make it successful, and how do we get home in one piece, right? And you can kind of apply this to any area of life where you're struggling, or where you're growing in your area, where you're growing. Any area that we're growing in, where we're either replacing habit, creating a new habit. That's a big thing for a lot of people that we do, in and out of seasons of our life, is change our habits, become aware of our habits. And so anyways, when we're traveling, I found that I had we have so much to do physically in pulling a camper and having 3 kids and doing this for months, right? At a time that, I was like, what held it together? Like, how do we hold it together? Not that we held it together all the time. We definitely didn't. We had, struggles and stresses and challenges, and, but at the end of the day, it was really the simple things that kept us together, that kept us successful, right? That kept us having fun, that kept us remembering the good times and smiling and making more memories, right? It was really the more simple things that I did that I feel like made the great times possible, and a lot of great times, despite challenges and struggles. And whatever those are that you might be facing, we're not always all facing the same thing. There's been periods of time where I faced struggles where I was lonely and I was looking for love, right? And then I met my husband, and then we were looking for children, right? And then they eventually came, and then I was looking for income, and then that eventually came too. Like, there's always going to be a season of where we must continue to remember to see the possibilities, because the world and, other people or other things out there, even our own failures will try to remind us, or, remind us of our past, or keep us held there. Right? When it's not, we're in today. And the important thing to our success, whatever it is in life we're looking at, whether it's your family, your relationships, your children, your work life, finding a good job, or transitioning maybe types of jobs, that's a big thing as an adult to have to do sometimes, to switch job fields and learn a new skill. And so anyways, what can we do to make these things easy, to make life simple, to make it all a success, right? That at the end of every single day, we can count our success and be grateful for everything that we did and achieved that day. No matter how big or small the amount of, checks on our to-do list that we might have had that day, what can we do to keep it simple? So what I've been able to do is I went back and looked at all my journals. I went back, if you look behind me, where the pink and black books up and down are, those are my just journals from all my coaching programs I've done over the last few years. And I compiled a list of what was it that brought the most success to me. And it's been several meditations, and of course my mentors, Melody, Rita, and Robert Hollis. And I have these 6 things I'm going to cover today that are areas that I've incorporated into a morning ritual. You might hear people talk about this, like do you have a morning ritual? Or do you pray in the morning? Do you spend time with God in the morning? Like, people call it different things, but what you really want to do is have a time set aside in the morning specifically that you spend time, I say with yourself. And if you're going to find God in that time, you will. He will come to you. There's no searching or seeking for God. He's finding you out every single moment. We're being found out by our Creator. There's no hiding from God, right? There's no seeking Him. We are part of Him. We are part of, a divine plan. So here's 6 things. And this, what this has done is it's increased my intuition. It's increased my ability to make quick decisions, to know what I want to do and when and with who and where. It's helped me increase my concentration. I've been able to concentrate. I can read more. I can write now, where there were periods of time in my life and in my health journey where I couldn't even write. So I've been able to physically see gains because of these 6 things that are super simple and that everybody can do. I sleep better at night. I actually sleep better. I wake up more rejuvenated than ever. And sometimes my health is not the best still. But I have seen a lot of health improvements and achievements on a deeper level, to where, I feel more relaxed throughout the day now, not just in the mornings. I don't necessarily feel the need to run to a meditation again at like noon necessarily, where before I was feeling like I needed to be meditating all day. I was like, I just want to live in a state of meditation. And that's what this has given many of us. And that's not just me. I'm going to share this with you, but these are things that people like Deepak Chopra, Vishen Lakiani, of course, our mentors, Robert Hollis, they have recommended us to do to stay centered and to come back to us and to be able to find what's truly valuable and important in our life. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. Number 1 is obviously being able to relax our mind and to connect with our consciousness. And I know there's probably so many definitions and perceptions of what that means. To me, what it means is feeling peaceful, just feeling okay with 100% of where I am. This is much easier to do in the morning when we first wake up. And that's why this is what I start with. I open, in my visualizing, like what I see this as is just sitting when I wake up in quiet and opening myself to love, to peace, to harmony, to God, of course, to the earth, to the universe, to community, compassion, people, to oneness, that oneness that we all are. So when I first wake up, I just want to open myself and welcome that into my life, right? And bless that phase of my day and of who I am, that connection, that consciousness. It's just another level of who we are that we don't see when we look in the mirror in the bathroom. You don't see that. You don't necessarily see your consciousness, but I do challenge you to make more eye contact with yourself and to look in the mirror more at yourself. It's a good thing. It's a good way to be able to begin to recognize our consciousness, I believe. Okay, so phase 2. So this is the second area that I incorporate every single day, every single morning, at least once a day, oftentimes a couple more times, is gratitude. Gratitude, there's no going in reverse or failing or anything like that when we're in a state of gratitude. I mean, even just saying the word is I would say a heavenly sensation. It makes me think of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, when I think of being grateful, and when I think of, all of the big and small things in my life that have happened over my life, and especially recently, I try to remember the grateful things recently, like the same day. If you can't think of anything grateful today, think of yesterday or the day before. You want to keep grateful energy around you and within you daily, even if it's just a few things that you talk, verbally say out loud. I am grateful for this. I am grateful for that. And what happens is typically more things will pop up. You'll begin to recognize other areas to be grateful, other people even. This is huge here. Okay, just a sec. So, being grateful for little things, it opens the way for the big things to come, bigger things, or to keep the flow open, of what whatever that is vibrating in your life, that success, whether that's love, money, a career. It could be your children, creating kids. Obviously, when we're creating our family, that's the biggest creation of all. To give to the future human life. Just magnificent. Okay, so phase 3 is, okay, this is a really, really big one. So phase 3 is forgiveness. Forgiveness. And you can also just imagine this as removing negativity. And that's within ourselves. That's in what we're thinking of others, what we're seeing things as. If you have a negative and a positive perception, if you can see things as negative or positive, goal to stay on the positive more so. It's not going to be right away easy. We have a habit of looking at bad things. We have a habit of looking at what hurts and what's painful and what's going on in the world on the news, that we know already what it's going to say, and we still will go on our device and pull up that news station so we can see that announcement of whatever that is going on that day. And even just talking about it, like, it changes our energy. It is who we are, what we are looking at. And it's very powerful for me when I really began being conscious of the negative charges in my mindset, in my perception. Everybody can see things differently. What I'm asking, what this area phase is about, is just being open to seeing things new, seeing things different maybe than what we've been seeing them as. Forgiveness can be easy. It can be easy. It's a practice. It really is. We can exercise physically, and we can also exercise mentally. And forgiveness is a mental exercise. And we don't all have a great concept of it. We don't all do it well. We don't all do it at all. So it's good to be repetitive. You've got to address every single day. And, honestly, for me, it's multiple times a day. Address forgiving yourself for beating yourself up or tearing yourself apart for whatever it is. And then forgiving others that you've taken down in the process of your taking yourself down. We can only treat others and truly love another to the extent that we are loving ourselves. And if we are tearing ourselves apart and getting on ourselves for not doing the right thing, or doing, whatever it is, not hitting a goal on time, or maybe you did something wrong, or you feel like you did something wrong, that all comes back. And it doesn't feel good. And we don't want that, to be coming back to us. We don't want to have that, what doesn't feel good, coming to us, right? So forgiveness, being open to forgiving and seeing things new. Okay, and what's the next one? So the next phase is I really work on seeing what is coming, right? My mentor calls this visualizing. Specifically, you really want to get specific too, and be detailed with your visualizations. When I began writing down my visualizations, they were only, like a few sentences. But over time, those grew and grew and grew to be, a page at one point. So get specific. Think of, what is my perfect future? What is, my 3-year area of what I want to come, and what I want to see and accomplish and be and achieve and do, everything that lights your fire, everything that lights you up, all of the new things. Your career, maybe you're looking for an advancement in your career. Traits, we develop our habits every day. Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's a way you want to be in your physical body, as far as your, physical traits go. Adventure, maybe you want to travel more and do more things and see more of the beautiful creation God's put out there. Plan a vacation in your visualization. Hear, see, smell. Use all of your senses when you're visualizing. This is very powerful, to really incorporate all of your senses. So see, hear, smell, touch, and taste, all of them, everything. I got to where I was visualizing the beach and I can hear the seagulls. I can smell the ocean air, just magnificent. So, let all of the amazing things that you ever dreamed of just be able to open up for you and be a part of what you actually can see physically. So this is great to do in the morning. Again, visualizing is just wonderful to do in the morning. And not only your future, but your perfect day. So my mentor also has recommended and I requested in her course, and I've done this over time for periods of 30 days in a row and then periods of 90 days in a row. But visualizing your actual perfect day, just one 24-hour period, like actually start visualizing when you wake up in the morning through, and then keep going throughout the day until you go to bed at night. And you can write this down. It's very powerful. You can do it just by closing your eyes and in a quiet spot, an area, give yourself about 2 minutes to do this. Or after that, you can write down in a journal if you have a journal. And if you don't have a journal, I highly recommend you get one. Because it is a great documentation, that's just the deal. Again, all those journals back there, every now and then I do go through them and I look at what I've learned and how far I've come and what has worked for me and what hasn't worked, and, where I repeat myself and where I'm not seeing results, right? Like having documentation really helps us to be able to go back and see all of the amazing, beautiful miracles that come to our life, that are coming to your life by doing these things, by visualizing, by being grateful. So also you want to include in your visualizations your perfect self. You always want to have a visual of what your perfect self is visually. Think of, what are the things you want to do? Maybe it's start a course, or maybe it's write a book. Maybe it's start a team in a business, in a new business opportunity or something. Maybe it's walking a stage, giving a success speech. Maybe it's walking down the aisle. Maybe you'll be getting married soon. Maybe you're like my daughter and she's like, I just dream of having lots of money, Mom. Today she was telling me that. I dream of riches, and it's amazing. So there's nothing wrong with stardom and fame and achievement. There absolutely is not. We are children of the high God, and I don't know of any other lesser that we would be called to other than the greatest of them all. So the last phase is phase 6, and this area of my morning ritual, it always includes calling on my higher power. I do call my higher power God. I also believe in angels. You might believe in a force of, power that is within you. If you've read The Science of Getting Rich, even the Bible talks about the power within us. And I ask that I'm grateful to be inspired and sharing this great power with you. And so that's it. I want to encourage you to begin a morning ritual if you haven't already, and include these 6 details in your morning ritual. It doesn't have to be that long. I think all together in the beginning, and even now, I can get through my morning ritual, and not that I rush or hurry, but I usually give about an hour and a half to 2 hours to my morning ritual, but that also includes my shower, my physical exercise if I'm going to do any that day. Which I don't do very much physical exercise. Okay. So that was the best morning ritual of all time. Again, credit to my mentors and also Robert Hollis and Lori Munson. I want to specifically let you know that they've launched a course and give you the website to go find out all about that. If you're feeling imprisoned in any area of your life, like I once have, and I still do today, I think we release ourselves from our prisons every single day, over and over again. We choose to, if we're going to be free or not. So my friends and my mentors, Robert Hollis and Lori Munson, have released a course, and it's called Escape Mastery. So if you would go to escapemastery.com, you can learn more about that. And I'm really excited to share that with you. I will be in their community as well. And I look forward to all of the wonderful and wonderful, beautiful, beautiful miracles that we're going to see there. So I invite you there to join us and to become a founding member there with us. And I love you, and God loves you, and I pray for your success daily, and we'll talk again soon. And anybody listening, if you're listening on the phone, I don't have you on camera. I can't see your name even. So feel free to unmute and ask any questions that you might have. And if you don't, then we can catch up on Facebook. You can message me anytime on Facebook Messenger, or you can send me an email, rita@ritalawrence.com. And we'll talk again soon. Bye. Bye.